What's up, Cap? Welcome back. Sa episode na ito, it's all about slowing down, showing up, and learning how to see what's already in front of us. Street photography teaches us patience, presence, and the value of missed moments just as much as the ones we capture. Dito sa episode na to rin, pag-uusapan natin yung proseso ng paglalakad sa street, pagiging observant, at kung paano hinuhubog ng kalsada, hindi lang ang mga kuha natin, Kap, kundi pati ang paraan ng pag-iisip natin at paglikha. Okay? So, our guest for tonight, for today, for this morning, kung anong oras man kayo nakikinig, has harbored an enduring fascination for the art of people watching. And he views street photography as his medium for documenting these fleeting moments as he shares with them. His work has garnered recognition and been featured in various local and international publications, both in digital and print formats. His street photography have been showcased in group exhibitions across the world. Across the world, from Athens to Brussels, Dubai to Kuala Lumpur, Poland to Miami, and from Milan, Italy to Paris. Grabe. Grabe, di ba? He has collaborated with major brands such as Sony Philippines, Canon Philippines, and Asus Zenfone, contributing his style of street photography to their promotional campaigns. He also holds a university degree in psychology and is a senior HR professional by trade. Ladies and gentlemen, mga kap, let us all welcome Sir Jasper Tejano, or more popularly known as JT. Sir Jasper, gandang araw.
Uli sa inyo rin po. Oo. Good day guys.
Kamusta? Buti may time ka na mabigay sa amin for this podcast.
Oo naman, Kobe, when I got your invitation, I actually got excited. Sabi ko, nako, I feel honored that you guys have invited me in Capture Manila for this talk. So I'm really glad. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you too, lalong-lalo na sa oras, Sir JT. To start easy, no? Sa mga hindi pa nakakakilala sa isang Jasper Tejano o kay JT, kay Sir JT. For the new ones discovering your work for the first time, Sir JT, how would you describe yourself beyond being a street photographer, aside from being an HR professional by trade? Kumbaga, who is JT?
Wow, actually,
when he doesn't have a camera?
Actually, yun lang naman kasi talaga yung nakikita sa akin when it comes to social media. I rarely share, a glimpse of my personal life, But since you're asking about that one, I did share with you, na I'm an HR business partner for an insurance company for 10 years now. Actually, Kobe, so matagal na siya. And then also in my corporate life, I was also doing training, a lot of trainings actually. So alam mo yun, nakatulong din sa akin yan when it comes to doing photography, sa photography talks and learning sessions, kasi I was doing corporate training before becoming an HR business partner. Also, ano pa ba? I'm not sure if you guys have, seen this one in some of my social media feeds, pero I also do a little bit of hosting. Pero usually, corporate gigs, tapos also gigs for friends. So I do that also on the side. And I play the guitar, just to let you know. So in terms of artistic inclination, that's also something that I do. But I don't sing. What else? I guess that's it. So that's me. Tapos, of course, I love, talking about learning. Ano ba binabasa ko ngayon just lately? But it has something to do with retirement, but it's gonna bore you guys, so I'm not gonna talk about that one.
Baka lumabas yung edad, Sir JT.
Oo. Mahirap na baka mamaya, retirement na pag-uusapan natin dito, Kobe. I think it's all about photography, right? Huwag na muna yun. Yun lang. Thanks for asking that question.
Thank you, Sir JT. I think I could also relate kasi I myself, I also play something, like I play the drums, the guitar. Siguro parang pag nasa creative line ka.
So wow.
aside from photography, may isa palagi
Mm-mm.
no? It's not always about music, but sometimes kung nagpo-photography, you also do sculpting, you also do painting. No, laging dalawa yung outlet.
Tama ka dyan. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Mm-mm.
Ayun. Um, well, this next question, no, I like asking this one kasi for me,
Mm.
everyone has a
Yeah,
moment.
agree, agree.
Everyone has has something na kung bakit nila napili ang isang bagay. So, for me, for my question, do you
Mhm.
remember the first time you felt comfortable shooting in the street?
Ako, when I felt comfortable shooting the street, Kobe, just to let you know ha, I've been doing, photography even, dati hindi ko pa kasi alam na ang tawag doon is street photography. I'm just, doing travel photography and photographing, human, ano ba? Human interest, right?
Interesting.
And it felt, for me kasi it felt comfortable na kagad shooting in the streets. Sanay ako dyan. But what changed lang was that, before kasi, when I photograph people, it's mostly, nakatalikod, nakatagilid, or malayo, di ba? And I use a zoom lens to do that, Kobe. Pero, like starting 10 years ago, I became, more courageous in terms of, approaching the subjects. So ngayon, kahit harap-harapan, that's something that I can do. Although I don't really do yung sobrang lapit naman, di ba? Mala Bruce Gilden, hindi naman. Pero I always do it nakaharap na ngayon yung subject because I think I picked up from somebody, also a photographer, that he said, no, na, if it's all about courage kasi it's for you to photograph, your subjects, face to face. So yun siya, kaharap mo sila, di ba, when you photograph it. And it wasn't comfortable initially. Pero again, I mean, as a psychologist naman kasi, ano yun, you get to, alam mo yung term na nade-desensitize ka.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
dati medyo ilang ka, di ba, hindi ka comfortable. Pero di ba, pag lagi ka nang sanay na ganun lagi, parang nangyayari to, hindi na rin sila naiilang sa'yo kasi ikaw, hindi ka rin naiilang sa kanila. So nangyari ngayon, you become comfortable with them, di ba, photographing them. Saka sila naman, parang wala na silang pake sa'yo kasi ikaw mismo hindi ka fidgety when you're in front of them. So in short, you're not being sus, 'di ba? You're not being
Yeah.
parang parang meron kang gagawin bang masama, 'di ba? Are you trying to get something out of this one? So you're just having fun. And I think that's the vibe that people can get from you. So ako I think that's something that I was able to develop, that people have become, I think, these strangers. I'd like to believe, no, that they have become comfortable, in my presence. So yun.
So, parang basically nagiging invisible ka na. No, ganun yung term
Yeah,
invisible
oo.
ka na, no?
That's true. Oo. In fact, if I may add something there,
Yeah,
Kobe, di
sure.
ba sa iba, parang invisible ka, right? Di ba? So, yun, pag invisible ka naman, parang wala ka, di ba, dun sa scene, di ba? The other one is that, they become used to you to
Yeah.
the point na parang, okay lang yan, amo siya, nandyan siya, di ba? So, alam mo yun, nasasanay na lang sila na nandyan ka, di ba? Probably, you become invisible. Probably, you become parang insignificant on their part. So, parang, sige, kaya mo na siya mag-shoot ng picture. 'Di ba? Kaligayahan niya 'yan, something like that one, 'di ba?
Yeah, good point. Ang ganda nung analogy, yung nade-desensitize, yung ala lang, parang yun na mismo yun
Mm.
Yun na siya mismo.
Yeah, 'di ba?
Ayun. But when you're out
Kaya I
there,
think siguro dun sa I guess, no, for some
ayan,
yung
go,
ibang
go.
nagse-start na into street photography, 'di ba? Yes, yes.
No, you can go.
Go
Go
ahead,
ahead,
go
go
ahead.
ahead.
No, yun lang. I guess siguro that's always, yeah, oo. I guess that's the first milestone talaga that you have to, to make a breakthrough, is for you to be comfortable, to become desensitized, to the people around you. Otherwise, it's going to be hard for you to do street photography kasi kung,
Mm.
kung sa presence of people, hindi ka sanay kaagad din. So how can you do your, di ba, your work? So, yun yung thoughts ko doon, Kobe.
Good point, Sir JT. Uh, when you're actually out there doing street photography, what usually catches your attention? Is it light, people, timing, or gesture, or something else? How do you approach it?
In my, yeah, oo, sa akin, Kobe, ano yan, usually, once I see people, di ba, there's a potential na kaagad for a scene for me, for a street photography scene. Pag may nakita na kaagad akong tao eh. Because sometimes, I don't really chase light because sometimes may mga pagkakataon talaga hindi naman magandang araw, umuulan, di ba? Pa-sunset na, something like that. So the light is not anymore that much available. So it's really for me, I'm drawn to the people. And then once I'm in there, I mean, once na medyo malapit na ako dun sa crowd, right? Diba? I start looking at the scenario, yung situation. Are they, having fun? Are they, are they talking? Are they discussing? Are they arguing? Things like these. So once I see these, kasi nakikita mo yun, may mga gestures, just like what you mentioned, diba?
Mhm.
And then you get to see now kung ano yung expression nila sa face, diba? Then that's the time that I start, dun ako laging drawn. For me, bonus na pag may nakita akong magandang ilaw, but I know it's not something that I see every day unless kung talagang binabantayan mo siya, which I don't. I mean, ako naman kasi parang sabit lang din ako when we go, like for example, when we go out malling, di ba, with my wife and my kid.
Mhm.
So, kunyari, Mall of Asia yan, di ba? Hihingi lang ako ng window doon, Kobe, na aalis lang ako sandali, di ba? Like 1 hour
Relate.
or 2 hours.
Relate.
And hopefully, yun yung time na merong magandang araw. Pero kung walang magandang araw doon, yeah, di ba? Yes, 'di ba? Ako I'm not limited to the light. I usually look for the people. So yun siya. So regardless if magandang ilaw or hindi, hopefully maganda sana yung output,
Mhm.
given the gestures or actions that they're doing, in front of my camera. Mm-mm.
Okay, meaning to say, kasi nabanggit mo, so hopefully, iniisip ko lang, meron bang time, Sir JT, na
Yes.
nasi-zero ka, as in uuwi ka na wala kang uwing kuha na maganda for you?
Much of the time, Kobe, ano yan, I think, if you're a street photographer, you have to expect na, you're like fishing, right? Diba? So
Yeah.
lalabas ka out in the open, hoping na may makuha ka sanang magandang klaseng isda, diba? It's not about just getting fishes. Eh. You will get fishes,
Mhm.
diba? You'll get photographs. But the question there is that if the photographs are good, no? I mean, to your discerning taste, 'di ba? Kasi ikaw na makakapagsabi kung maganda yung photograph or hindi eh.
Subjective.
So, may mga times na ganoon, Kobe talaga, meron talaga sobrang tapon talaga yung photographs. Just to share with you, 'di ba? So, we just went to Baguio no,
Mhm.
during the holidays. And yung first 2 days ko when I was out there shooting, I'm sensing that I was not really, getting really good output. So talagang nagre-rant na ako nun sa harapan ng wife ko na, I'm not getting any, wala akong nakukuha maganda.
Yeah.
Nagpa-panic na ako kasi syempre yung window namin ng bakasyon, yun din ang window ko for
Yeah.
to do street, right? So it happens. I mean, hindi ka nakakakuha talaga ng 100%, but you have to be there, out there, to shoot, look for a good spot, look for a good, scene, and then hopefully, it's tama ka, it's hopefully, you get
Yeah.
something. Because in street photography, di ba, you're, sumaswerte kapag nangyari yun sa harapan mo and you're there to actually, press your shutter button and get that, di ba, get that moment. But most of the time, it's not. And if you've heard, di ba, if you've listened to one of the interviews of Alex Webb, he said that, it's in street photography, it's 99.9% failure, di
Failure.
ba? Oh, it's not 99%, 99.9% ka is about failure. Meaning, you could just imagine yung tapon ni Alex Webb, right, in terms of his photographs. Tapos yung lumalabas na lang are kumbaga sana, these are the photos na talagang piling-pili, di ba? At naswertehan niya, sabi nga natin. And that's it. So talagang it's luck, it's skill, di ba? It's serendipity, whatever you call it. But,
Yeah.
going back to your question, talaga magzi-zero ka sa part na yan. But, it's not about, for me, Kobe, yan, it's also working the numbers. Meaning, if if you're out there and then chinek mo yung pictures mo at ilan lang yung nagawa mong photographs, probably, you're not really making it. I mean, you're not really, taking photographs. You're not really making photographs out there, di ba? Kasi baka, I don't know, pwede kasi hindi ka na-overwhelm ka sa paligid mo,
Mhm.
hindi mo feel ng time na yun, wala ka sa mood. Ang daming factors, Kobe. I'm not sure, ikaw, I'm sure you've experienced something like that one, right?
Yeah. Meron ako, Sir JT, panahon na in the zone, merong madalas hindi. So, yeah.
Yes! Oo.
Yeah.
Oh, di ba? I like that word, yung sabi mo in the zone, di ba? Minsan pag in the zone ka, di ba? Parang pag nandun ka, may nakita ka na sa output mo, di ba? Pag check mong ganyan. So alam mong nagkakaroon ka na ng momentum because you're starting to feel the scene, you're starting to get uy, okay to, may nakuha akong maganda, di ba? And it motivates you also to do it. I mean, tira ka na ng tira pag ganun, di ba? Pero pag yung first few photographs mo, check mo, parang it's not making sense, hindi mo
Yeah.
feel, di ba? Parang wala siya parang off, di ba? I mean,
Mm.
as ano naman, as artists, ganun talaga, something is off and sometimes it would mess na with your mood. So, ang hirap. Kaya kailangan din talaga, meron ka rin talagang discipline to do it eh. But yeah, di ba? It happens.
Yeah. Yeah, you've mentioned about fishing. So, yung next question ko, Sir JT, is about approach. So, we both know that everyone
Yes,
has
please.
different
Okay.
approach. Pero ikaw ba, pagka nasa street ka, do you observe and wait? So, more of, yun nga,
Mhm.
fishing type? Or are you kind of hunting? Or you do both, depende sa scene?
Mhm. Yeah. It's usually both for me. I observe definitely. Once I see a scene kasi, Kobe, so alam ko kunyari, example na maganda yung light, di ba? So, syempre, next mo titingnan ngayon dyan kung meron ng human elements or human traffic, right? Na nangyayari doon for you to photograph a scene. So, yun, that's one way of looking at it. The other one is that, tawag nga dito, um, yung kunyari yung fishing type, if I see talagang good traffic of people, 'di ba? It's just a matter of me trying to compose kung ano yung pwede kong i-frame doon sa traffic ng people eh. So ganun siya. Pag light naman, it's the same. I usually wait for the people to come into my scene and then see kung okay yung output kasi minsan kahit na maganda yung ilaw, merong magandang kunyari okay naman yung taong pumapasok sa scene. But when you see it, it's still off. I don't know kung nangyayari sa ito, Kobe, pero pag tingin mo ganun, it's still off. So, doesn't make sense. So, pag ganun,
Yeah.
parang, ang hirap eh. Pero pag yung may crowd na, ayan, I like that because nakakapag-studies ako eh. And alam mo naman, that's what I do. I do a lot of studies, di ba? I don't
Yeah.
do much burst. Hindi ako nagbo-burst. Sorry. But I
Yeah.
do, no, hindi ako nagbo-burst. It's really more studying the crowd, no, kung pumapasok. But I do a lot of multiple, photos of the same scene.
Mhm.
But, kunyari may nakita na ako, na out of 20, may nakita akong isa doon, di ba? The rest, they will not see the light of day. Wala na. Kasi, yun eh, once I commit to that photograph, alam kong yun na yung photograph na i-share ko
Mhm.
sa, sa mundo, 'di ba? Sa social media, etc. So yun lang. But the rest, ano na yun, archive na lang yun. But I don't think na sa dami ng ginagawa nating photographs, Kobe, alam mo naman yan, pag street photographer, di ba? Hindi mo na mababalikan yun eh. So what really stands out, will stick. So ganun siya. Mm.
I see. So is it safe to say, Sir JT, na you pagdating sa street photography, in relation to street photography, you thrive sa mas crowded places kesa sa konti. Like yung tipong iba kasi minimalist yung approach. Tama ba?
Well, I thrive no dun sa maraming tao because I know that mas mataas ang potential for me to kasi again it will be your style Kobe eh. So 'di ba like in my book Into the Crowd, it's really about the crowd. So I have to be immersed into the
Yeah.
crowd. So kailangan ko ng tao dun sa scene, right? But I also do minimalist, you know, work. It depends on the scene. It depends on the scene kasi that I see eh. Kasi kung meron talagang scene na nagustuhan ko pero isang tao lang doon, di ba? I'll still take a photograph of that one because, I like the light, I like the gesture, I like the person, yung subject that I see. So hindi ako restricted, just to share with you. Hindi ako restricted kunyari kung ako minimalist ako, ito lang gagawin ko, di ba? Or ako yung maximalist, I want to put a lot of
Mhm.
elements in my frame. It depends on what I see. So, ibig sabihin, kung whatever the street, throws at me, di ba, I'll take it. Ganun lang ako eh. Kasi yun yung binigay sa'yo nung kalsada eh. So, tatanggapin mo ngayon yan, di ba? So, yun sa akin, yun lang naman. But it excites me actually pag marami ng tao. Kasi, there's a really, really good potential for you to come up with photographs compared with yung paisa-isa lang yung dumadaan. Kasi, hindi mo nakikita kung ano yung potential ng ano eh. But, again, you are at the mercy of the streets, Kobe,
Yeah.
and you know that.
Yes, I do agree. I do agree, Sir JT. But
Diba?
going back on the
Sure.
question wherein not everything really works for you all the time. Can you give us an idea kung ano yung mindset mo pagka ganun yung nangyayari, pag wala kang nakukuha and sometimes you get frustrated? Paano yung mindset mo and ideally paano ba sa tingin mo dapat ang mindset pag nasa ganong um, pagkakataon si street photographer?
Mm. So, kunyari wala ka talaga nakukuha na sa tingin mo maganda, right?
Yeah.
And then it started to frustrate you, di ba? Naiinis ka na kasi parang ano na yun eh, parang ano ba, do I lack the skill? Do I lack the, the creativity, di ba? Do sa part na yan. Sometimes you start questioning, I don't know, in my case kasi, since it's all about, yung process ko, sometimes I ask that, na tama pa ba yung approach ko? Tama pa ba yung proseso ko? Am I motivated enough to do this one? Although it's not about motivation, di ba? But definitely you will come up with really bad photographs. And most of the time they are. So it's, um, pushing it na kundi sa tapon lahat, 'di ba?
Mhm.
Alam naman 'to ng wife ko, 'di ba? Ako talaga, me as my critic, talagang sobrang harsh ako sa sarili ko,
Yeah.
Kobe. So talagang I punish myself in terms of, parang yun yung self-talk ko talaga. But I don't want that, ganun din yung self-talk ng iba. It's me, it's my creative process eh. But what happens there is that, that's day one.
Mhm.
Day two, di ba, I will come back to that scene, di ba? And, really milk it and look for, the scene that I want. So in a way, I am challenged. So I'm challenged because of that frustration of, of the previous day. The sa part na, I don't get disheartened. I get frustrated. So yun siya. So I push on do sa part na yan. Of course, di ba, some of the really good, sabi natin, some of the scenarios may be good nung day one and you're not able to capture it, di ba? It could happen. So whatever day two brings you, that's it. You have to accept it kung ano man yun. But you have to push on, di ba? Tapos kung day two is bad, then go for day three, di ba? But ito pa ang pwede ko kasing sabihin dyan eh. Baka kasing yung lugar na yon is not really giving you, good vibes in terms of, output. Probably on your way there, probably in transit, di ba? You should already be shooting, di ba? Stopping, shooting, observing, shooting, stopping, observing, shooting. So you don't just go from point A from point A to point B and pagdating mo sa point B doon ka lang mag-shoot. While you're going from point A to point B, you are shooting na kaagad. So hindi ka dapat, pupunta ka lang sa destination and you do your shoots, 'di ba? Kasi sometimes and ako probably I'm sure with your listeners, no, most likely they will relate to this one that there are some na mga keepers nila,
Mhm.
they happen while they are in transit, while they are, on their way to a destination, diba?
Mhm, mhm.
So the destination may not be that place where you can get, really good photographs. So while you're there, while you're moving, going to that destination, you get photographs, no? Doon ka ngayon nakakuha ng magagandang photographs along the way. So yun,
Yeah, nakarelate din ako eh. Kasi for me, pag ganyan, also serves as warm up.
diba?
Yeah, warm up. Pagdating mo doon, ready ka na. Pwedeng ganun eh. 'Di ba? So,
I agree, yes. Oo, I like that.
warm up shop. Well,
Tama, tama. Oo.
over time, Sir JT, syempre, tagal mo na nagsi-street photography, syempre, you start to build small habits. Para sa'yo, ano yung, okay, you can give only one, okay? Only one. One habit or
Okay.
mindset that helped you a lot in terms of improving sa photography over time. So, ano yun?
I would say, ngayon, given that talagang only one, sabi.
Only one, only one.
Okay. Yeah, only one. Yes, yes. For me, ano lang yan. It's commitment. You have to commit,
Wow.
Kobe. Commit to your craft. Yun lang siya.
Wow.
So in short, if you're doing street photography, you commit to street photography. Kasi sometimes, I know some, there's, nag-ano sila, they swing, to other genre. That's fine. Okay lang yan. But if you really want to produce, a solid body of work, di ba? this is not something that you are doing on the side. Hindi siya side trip ang street photography. Eh. I don't know, with some people siguro, baka yun yung mindset nila, di ba? They do other photography, genre photography work, and then they do street photography. That's fine if they're able to produce it, di ba? Kasi, like, even Magnum photographers are like that. They do photojournalistic work and then they do street photography on the side. But that street photography, side project that they do, there's that level of commitment in terms of, becoming good at your craft, diba? Becoming, in terms of your, honing your style. And then the other one is that, alam mo yun, yung solidifying your, aesthetic, meaning when you look at your photograph, like for example, when you look at your photographs, Kobe, diba, I know it came from you because there's a certain aesthetic, there's a certain style, diba, na alam mo yon, if I'm following your work, I would know that it's yours. Ganon siya. And you have achieved na kaagad yung isa sa mga pinaka, for me, no, that's the one of the highest points, no, when you do street photography work, that when people look at the photograph, diba, they would say, yung output na yan, kay Kobe yan. Itong output na to, kay Jasper yan. So, ibig sabihin, they know there's a certain style that you're producing and it's consistent. And alam mo yon, there's a certain aesthetic na pag nakita nila yon, ikaw yun, di ba? And for me, yun yung rurok eh. Pag na-achieve mo yon, ibig sabihin nun, you are so committed to what you're doing na steady yung output mo. So that's how I see it, Kobe.
Wow. I like yung gusto ko yung commitment. Parang yung sinasabi mo parang
Yes.
Sir JT, to put it basically, nagiging signature mo na yung shots mo. So doesn't need na may pangalan mo, alam na agad
That's
ng
correct.
tao na sa'yo yun.
Yeah, oo. O, di ba? Hindi mo kailangan ng watermark doon, pero pag nakita nila yan, and then, it feels good because ibig style, di ba? Like for example, si Van Gogh, di ba? Impressionist. So, lahat ng outputs niya, of course, lahat yung impressionistic works. Like, although meron siya mga early works.
Mhm.
Pero when you look at it, it's a Van Gogh. So, in short, because there's a certain, brush strokes, certain color palette,
I was
di ba,
about
that
to
he
say about
uses.
the brushstroke.
So, it's the same thing with us. Ganun din yun, di ba?
Mhm.
Mahilig ka kunyari sa shadows, contrast, juxtaposition, di ba? In my case, tableau, di ba?
Mhm.
So, all of these will become part of your style and it will come out if you are steady in, sharing these in your social media accounts or, as a book, di ba? They get to see that. Yun.
But in relation to commitment, a follow-up question lang, Sir JT, no?
Sure.
With this question, we don't want to be political, pero I think I just have to ask this
Sure.
question. I just have to ask this question.
Go ahead.
What are your thoughts in terms of commitment doon sa mga artists na naiipit sa sistema? And when I say naiipit sa sistema, nagiging clout chasing na. No, they're eyeing for likes, for share. Anong thoughts mo sa ganon?
What's my take on that one, Kobe?
Yeah.
Yeah, oo. So, actually, alam mo, I would say, no, I how do I say this one? I would be lying pag sinabi kong, there was at one point that I was also, in a way, I was yearning for that one na sana, maraming likes sa mga outputs ko. Because, Instagram was new. I was new in doing street photography work. And I thought that the validation there was that, if I put it out there, I get a lot of likes, right? So, sabi ko nga, it's, ngayon syempre, na matagal na rin ako nag-street photography, that's not my validation anymore. Kasi, well, look, these are strangers, di ba? They're not even experts on, on what you're doing, di ba? And then to get that like, then so what, di ba? So kung marami kang nakitang likes, baka naman yung algorithm was in your favor, di ba? That's why, finifeed yung picture mo, di ba? Pero, alam mo yun, siguro, I think it would just take, ano ba, time would be on the person's side, no, dun sa part na yan. And when I say time, it would also include maturity and, a bit of perspective in terms of their outputs na, ngayon, di ba, kasi siguro nagsisimula ka pa lang, di ba, put it out there, it's all about getting the likes, di ba, and getting high, no, dun sa likes that you're receiving, especially pag may mga comments yan. But the thing here is that what will happen there is that if you're chasing that one, kunyari, if you produced an interesting silhouette, di ba? Most likely, pag maraming likes yun, you would like to replicate it, right? And then when you want to replicate it, it will be the same. Gagawa ka uli ng silhouette, di ba? Tapos yun yung gagawin mong out. It's like, you're producing a twin. You're producing a double of that one just to get that, amount of
Yeah.
likes. Kasi na ano ka na eh, na you were smitten, no, by those likes eh. Same goes, say for example, if you're into juxtapositions, right? So, juxtaposed na photograph, di ba? Garnered a lot of likes. Shares and all, di ba? So ngayon, ang gusto mo mangyari, likes, di ba? But yun nga lang, there's a danger for you that you might, replicate. You just, gagawa ka lang ng double, gagawa ka lang ng clone of that photograph. Then, over time, ang mangyayari ngayon dyan, when you look at your portfolio, it's the same. Kasi, it's the same. Kasi, instead of your creative, instead of your creativity, di ba, guiding you, moving you, di ba, dun sa, in your creative work, in creative journey, di ba, you are now being influenced by these things. Di ba? You're being influenced by the likes. You're being influenced by, by the comments. So ngayon, yung focus mo ngayon, nawawala. Tapos yung commitment mo, instead na commitment to your creative process, you're committed now to come up with, the same content. And I have to say that. Yeah, the same content. Diba? Because you're getting the same likes. So yun lang siya. But yun nga, again, that's me talking, diba? So I know, some will also have their own opinions on that one. So ngayon, and alam mo, hindi naman na ako bata, Kobe. So that's not, hindi na yun yung hinahabol ko dun sa part na yan. And for me, it's all about, creating that body of work based on my based on what I do, based on the themes that I work on when it comes to street photography. Yan, haba na sagot ko, di ba?
Thank you. So sobrang laman sobrang laman. I bet our viewers, our listeners would really also like
Thank you.
that question and the answer, of course. But now, this is something a lot of beginners struggle with, Sir JT. How do you know when to press the shutter and when to walk away?
Okay. Sige. So two things that I got, no. So when to press the shutter, it's when to walk away, right? So when to press the shutter, di ba? So if you're a beginner, sige doon tayo sa premise na beginner ka, di ba? It's important talaga that you start with the foundation. And when I say foundation, it's education. So di ba? So babalikan mo sila, Henry Cartier-Bresson, di ba? Alex Webb, who's this one? Harry Greer, and the likes, di ba? Especially si Henry Cartier-Bresson, di ba? Si HCB. Kasi siya naman talaga yung di ba? He's the one who, di ba? Doon natin kinoin, yung decisive moment. So, for you to understand when to press the shutter button is for you to understand what the decisive moment is, di ba?
Yes.
So, for you to say that this is the decisive moment, for me, you have to be educated first on ano yun. Kasi otherwise, if you're not educated, if you don't understand what a decisive moment is, you're just pressing the shutter button, instinctively. I mean, if you have the photographic instincts, then that's good. Congratulations, di ba? You don't have to, na kaagad dyan? Skill unlock na kaagad, di ba? But for some, di ba? If you, like in my case, again, I'll just use myself as an example doon sa part na yan, di ba? I had to study, di ba? And it doesn't have to be, you have to buy books yet. Not yet, di ba? Kasi wala naman doon. You research, di ba? Sino ba si Henry Cartier-Bresson? Bakit, sa kanya nakakoin yung decisive moment? What did he do? And what exactly is decisive moment, right? Di ba? So that's the time that you press the shutter button because, if all of those elements, the mood, kumbaga sa doon sila nagsama-sama, they converge. That's the time that you press the shutter button. Ganun siya eh. Pero kung wala ka nung description na yun, di ba? That foundation. I would struggle, di ba? To press the shutter button kung hindi ko alam kung ano yung decisive moment. Otherwise, it's just a random photograph. And in street photography, it's all about intentionality. So pag hindi ka intentional, that's a random. Parang alam mo yung aksidente na pindot mo lang yung shutter mo.
Yeah.
Ganun siya. Di ba? So press shutter button. Kailangan, that's the scene that you like that you want to capture that scene, di ba? No, kung hindi ko alam kasi kung instinct yun, but in my case kasi, you have to be, sabi nga, you have to be grounded by learning. You have to be grounded by education for you to see that that particular scene is the decisive moment. And that's the time that you press the shutter button, di ba? Pag wala kasi yun, I don't know, it's just a random photograph. Maswerte ka lang kung may nakuha kang decisive moment doon. But then again, if you're able to do that, and then when you look at it, kailangan masagot mo, bakit mo pinress yun? Ano yung nakita mo dyan? So yun yung very important doon. Now, to your next question naman, yung when do you walk away, right? If, for me, tatanggalin na natin yung part na yun, kung medyo risky na doon sa lugar na yun, ha? Huwag mo na yun. Yung,
Automatic.
kunyari, you're perfectly safe.
Yeah.
Kasi pag merong ganon, tumakbo ka na, okay? Diba? Oo. So, kunyari, dun sa part na yan, if I think na, if I'm not comfortable in the scene, huwag na natin sa aming danger. Ako mismo, hindi ako komportable because of, a lot of things. I'm not in the right headspace ng time na yan. The place is not giving me the right vibes, diba? And then, when you look at your photographs, diba? They're not coming out, of the frame. Parang, I don't know, wala, it's a dud, di ba? Pag tingin mo ganyan, pangit, di ba? Baduy, hindi siya maganda. So I walk away. The other one is that, if you think that the people that you're photographing are not comfortable in your presence, and you get to see that one, unless if that is your style, di ba? I would walk away na kagad from the scene because, it's not coming out the way I wanted it. So, sayang lang sayang lang yung stay mo doon sa scene na yun. Save your energy na lang, Kobe, to another. Marami ng lugar at I with the hopes, 'di ba? Na it's gonna be an interesting place, interesting people. Pagdating mo doon, grabe, wala, 'di ba? Butaw talaga. Parang wala ako na produce dito, 'di ba? Alis na lang, 'di ba? Kasi wala ka talagang makukuhanan eh. So, and again, syempre, automatic yun, tapon na yun.
Good points on that question, Sir JT. Thank you. For this one, it's sort of an away from the camera moment naman, no? Yung question na to.
Sure.
How has street photography changed the way you move sa kalsada in different cities when you're not shooting? So, may effect ba?
I think siguro, ang effect dun is that, when I'm out there and I don't have a camera, di ba? I always, alam mo yung parang matic siya na lagi mong fini-frame ang kunyari, bumabiyahe ka, di ba? Wala kang camera. Tapos may nakita kang isang magandang scene, magandang light, no? And everything. Alam mo yon, ikaw mismo pagtingin mong ganun, parang, you want to photograph it. In fact, the way you stare at that scene, di ba? Of course, with regret kasi wala kang camera.
Yes, I was about to say that.
Pero alam mo yung mata mo, parang nagsha-shutter yan. Pinipress niya yan. Kasi nung huli ako minsan ng asawa ko ganun din, nakita niya parang, di ba? Parang may kinuhanan ka, di ba? So alam niya na pag may nakita ako, nakastare akong ganyan. Ibig sabihin, I'm trying, in a way, I was studying the scene, di ba? And of course, with regret because wala akong dalang camera. And that's why, as much as possible, Kobe, may bit-bit akong camera. Kahit saan, So, for me, it's important na meron ka. Kahit sa grocery lang yan, di ba? Kasi, for me kasi, again, street photography is not about, going to a destination and photographing, whatever you see there. It's again, street photography is that, you take photographs from point A to point B, anything in between. So, ganun siya.
Okay, nakarelate lang ako kasi minsan kasama ko din yung asawa ko.
Diba?
Minsan kasama ko din yung asawa
ko. Yun.
Tapos, siya na mismo yung magtuturo sa akin minsan. Kasi pag sa social media nakikita niya yung gawa ko.
Yan.
Siya na mismo yung nagtuturo. Ang ganda no? Tingnan mo yun, kakaiba. Parang na-adapt na rin nila yung yung
Eksakto, di ba?
Way of moving sa street.
Oh, very much. Oo, Kobe. Kasi, syempre, asawa natin yan. So, alam nila the way we move, diba? At saka the way we look at things, right? So, rin yan. Ang maganda pa dyan, sometimes your wife becomes your scout pagdating sa scene, pagdating sa, gestures, parang, diba? Tingnan mo to, this is magandang ilaw dyan. So, diba? Kaya dapat talaga you have to be ready also. And I think, we as street photographers naman talaga true blue and committed.
Yes. We're down to our last few questions. I think
Di
it's
ba?
4 or 5. Yeah. Kasi
Sure.
lalo ikaw, Sir JT, matagal mo na siyang ginagawa. But for me kasi, it feels like the street keeps on teaching me different things. Para sa'yo, no, is there a lesson that the street keeps teaching you again and again? Ulit-ulit?
And alam mo yon, paulit-ulit din na nakakalimutan ko is that, you will always be at the mercy of the streets, because not because you're proficient, you're skilled, no, in doing street photography, that when you're out there, di ba, it's automatic that you'll be producing really good photographs. Hindi, 'di ba? Depende 'yun, kung ano ibabato sa iyo ng kalsada, eh. So, and you have to accept that one, 'di ba? Ang kailangan lang na i-prepare mo talaga is that ikaw, you have to prepare yourself, no,
Mhm.
to catch it kung merong iba to sa iyo, 'di ba? Pero kung wala talaga, di wala tayong magagawa. But it's also, the streets also taught me that you have to be, again, I'll use the word, you will know how. Kung ayaw mo ibigay sa akin, kukunin ko yan, gagawin ko yan, hahanapin ko yan. Guess, parang walang na-produce. Okay, si uwi na, di ba? So, disheartened na sila. But syempre, you don't, just give up, di ba? So, pag hindi mo talaga ma-produce yun, then you just really have to push and, commit yourself na may makuha ka. Although, bigla may nag-appear, kinuha na mo, di ba? Pero in the process, you're really pushing it. You're really pushing it, trying to, get something out, from the street. And, the street kasi, I guess, given, unforgiving siya. But it's also, ano naman it's also considerate, di ba?
Yeah.
So feeling ko kasi, once you put in the effort, once you put in the commitment, di ba? At some point, the streets, will give, something to you. So yun siya. Yun nga lang, you just need to be ready for that one. Because, yun nga, it could happen, on your, in transit, from point A to point
Point
B.
B, yeah.
Di ba? So ganun siya. Ayun, that's how I see it, eh.
Ganda. Ang ganda, Sir
Di ba?
JT. Yeah, ganda. Now, what advice would you give to someone who feels intimidated shooting on the streets? Mostly for the first timers or yung sa mga nagsisimula pa lang.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Okay. So sa akin, it's important that, you have to be loaded up with, education. You have to be educated first on how to do it, no? If kunyari, totally talagang wala kang background dun, and then, bigla, for sure you'll be uncomfortable because hindi mo amang resources, no, in the web that you can pick up. I mean, like for example, itong talk pa lang na to, this is a good example for them to get, to get started, diba? Because they're getting tips. But, they can also check, YouTube videos, also, right, in terms of, how to do street photography, things like that one. So, but these are things that you get, that will get you started. Meaning, diba, it's like textbook, babasahin mo sila. But of course, the true test there is that, you have to go out and do it, di ba? So yun naman yung next step mo doon. Ayoko lang naman kasi nasaba ka kaagad without you getting, yourself prepared mentally kung ano yung what's out there, di ba? So get yourself mentally prepared first before you go out. At least meron ka lang semblance of, what to do and how to do it, di ba? Once you're out there, yun yung true test, no, for you to mararamdaman mo na talaga kung ano yung, yung vibe ng streets, di ba? And how to respond, no, and how to react to the subjects, di ba? So yun siya. And then, it you get better over time because it's all about, again, you get to be desensitized, no?
Yeah.
With the people around you. So hindi ka na uncomfortable. So you become, more focused in your work, 'di ba? Hindi ka na na-distract, hindi ka na na-intimidate, no, ng mga tao doon. You know how, so you're building that experience. So in short, once you've started doing street photography, you have to do it talaga. I mean, you have to do it regularly. It's like, ano siya eh, it's, you have to do it, it's a regular thing. Hindi siya yung parang ano lang, it's a weekend thing that you do, di ba? So, para lang ma-practice ka, paulit-ulit, di ba? Hanggang sa maging comfortable ka na. And then you become experienced now in in roaming the streets, in studying, the scenes, in the streets, and then of course, coming up with really good photographs. Yun.
Thank you. Thank you for that, Sir JT. Now, for people listening right now, for you, why do spaces and communities like Capture Manila matter for our artists today, photographers today?
Well, yung community kasi, I know it's a good, support group for everyone. For example, for street photography, this is the place wherein they get motivation, di ba? It boosts also their, ano ba to? It boosts the likelihood of them doing street photography as an art form, di ba? Ano yun? It strengthens because, the people are there to provide them guidance. Di ba? Of course, we would like to take a craft, no, until that person becomes really better. And of course, hindi lang better, no, for the person to enjoy, di ba, and appreciate street photography. So yun siya. So very important yung mga communities na yan. Alam ko, like, Capture Manila, other groups also, di ba, you guys do, meetups, you guys do, tawag nga sa ganun, swaps, di ba, you guys do,
Yeah, print swaps. Yeah.
print swaps, yan. Print swaps kayo, di ba? Tapos other programs. So I think, that's very important. Also, when you guys do invite people, di ba? Yung who are also, really passionate about street photography, just like what's happening right now, di ba? It helps because that's the starting point for these people to really appreciate, no, what street photography is, di ba? Doon sila na-attract, di ba? Tapos alam nila, uy, meron palang ganung community, di ba? I can join them, di ba? Also, I'll meet friends, et cetera, et cetera. So, it helps them. Kaya ano yan? So, tuloy nyo lang yan. Maganda yan.
Thank you. Thank you, Sir JT. And now, before we wrap up,
You're welcome.
I do believe that you'll be speaking in an event on January 24 with Daddy O, Oliver San Juan.
Yes,
No?
that's right.
What should they expect on January 24 at Sunny 16, and what can people expect from you next? And where can they follow your work? And also, of course, nabanggit na ni Daddy O sa akin you can talk about your upcoming photo book. You can invite them to come and join.
Yes. So yeah, so January 24, that's overexposed. This will be at Sunny 16 Cafe and Lab. So what's gonna happen there is that there will be two sessions, no, two talks actually. So the first one, it will be with Daddy O, and he'll be talking about he'll be talking about layering beyond depth toward meaning. So obviously, alam natin, no, this is, if you guys want to learn about ito na yung complex photographs, no, through layering, si Daddy O, who happens to be a veteran street photographer, diba, will be teaching, us, how to do that, how he's able to do that in his works, right? So yun siya. I know a lot of street photographers, especially the new ones, are really intrigued na pag sinabing layering, diba, and how it works. So this is firsthand, no, information that you guys are gonna get from Daddy O. Kaya, I wouldn't miss it, guys, no, for this program. So yun, diba? And then after his learning session, it's gonna be me naman, and I'll be talking about artifacts and the art of street photography. So this is actually interesting because so it talks about those things that are actually so common, no, in our street photographs that ako parang I just want to put more focus, more emphasis to them, diba? That in that in that talk kasi you will know na, uy, ginagawa ko na pala to, di ba? When you look at your archives, makita niyo yan, ginagawa niyo na siya. But I'd like to help you guys, put more meaning to it, na ano siya, hindi siya yung kumbaga wala kasing tao ngayon so I'd rather photograph these things, di ba? And usually, di ba, they call it non-human element. So actually part of my talk is that yung word pa lang na non-human element, parang the fact na wala nang human dyan, why would you still use the word non-human element, right? So, pero in that frame naman, makikita mo merong item. So yung item na yun happens to be an artifact, di ba? So we want to put emphasis to the artifact as a, as a street photograph. So this is my third book that I'll be presenting naman, ano. So, yun lang, I'll be presenting about that one, and then, how how it will complement your street photography when you have that perspective of also looking at artifacts, no?
Mhm.
So yun siya. So 'di ba, so in short, doon sa session on January 24, 'di ba? Meron na kayong lessons about layering. You also have lessons about, artifacts, no? In street photography. And then after that one, we will have an open forum. This will be yun. This is gonna be, yeah, may Q&A dyan and all. And that's where we will be sharing also. Oh, sorry, before I forget, no. Um, we will also share with you guys the process on how to do a zine or a photo book.
Wow.
So yun siya. Kasama rin pala yun sa talk namin. So we will talk about the process, 'di ba? Paano namin ginawa yan? Kasi I think yung iba, even if you guys have so many photographs, really good ones, the question there is that paano mo siya ngayon i-consolidate? Paano mo siya ngayon pipiliin, 'di ba? To come up with like, 60, 80 photographs lang in a book, 'di ba? Ano yun? Paano mo siya gagawin? So we will share with you our creative process on how we did that, no, in coming up with our respective books and zines. Ayan. At saka may photo walk nga pala, Kobe. Kaso, I think we're still waiting for an announcement in terms of saan nagagawin siya, in terms of
Wow.
venue. Oo. So that will happen naman at 7 a.m. But to be announced pa. Oh, sorry, to be confirmed yung venue. Now, yung sa overexposed, that will happen. So January 24, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. is layering. Beyond that, toward meaning, and then 11 a.m. to 12 noon is my session, Artifacts and the Art of Street Photography. Yun.
Wow, yun Kap. So you wouldn't wanna miss that event. Sobrang sulit. Walang oras, walang minuto na masasayang. Yeah, I think that's the last question for this podcast interview. Thank you, Sir JT, for the time and the stories you shared with us. Sobrang na-appreciate namin, lalo na yung pagiging open and honest throughout the conversation. On behalf of Capture Manila and the entire Capture Manila community, thank you for being part of this episode. And syempre, we hope that this won't be the last time we get to sit down and talk with you again.
Of course, Kobe. Also, thank you very much for having me. Thank you, Capture Manila, for this opportunity, and I'm honored to be part of this program. So yeah, I'll catch you, next time, Kobe, and the rest of Capture Manila. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sir JT. Now, bago kami magtapos ng tuluyan, Kap, sana may naiwan sa inyo ang episode na ito at isang paalala na hindi kailangan madaliin ang proseso. At okay lang maglakad at matuto sa bawat araw na lumalabas tayo sa kalsada. Maraming salamat sa pakikinig, Kap. Kung may napulot kayo mula sa usapan na ito, dalhin nyo ito sa susunod ninyong photo walk. Okay? Hanggang sa susunod na episode, tuloy lang ang lakad, tuloy lang ang pagkuha ng litrato. Tara na, pitik na!